After a cold but beautiful starry night, it's time to strike our tents, stuff all our gear into our backpacks, and begin the second chapter of our 2022 adventure on the Pinhoti Trail. These pine forests remind me of my childhood home. We had pines all around our home in northwest Alabama. Good morning. I feel like I'm home again. It's still cold. It's in the 20s, around minus 4 degrees Celsius. This morning I had hot oatmeal and coffee for breakfast before braving the cold. Yep, I'm a wimp. I don't like to be cold. Still, this is a beautiful day. The Pinhoti is the best marked trail that I've hiked. There's signs like this, but much of the trail is identified with powder blue blazes, or these turkey prints on white diamond blazes. They're consistent with marking left and right turns too. I got Coach up there, silk blazing. I don't think there's going to be many spiders out today though. I look forward to visiting with him later today. Coach is a triple crowner. That means he's hiked the 3 big long-distance scenic trails in the United States: the Appalachian, the Pacific Crest, and the Continental Divide trails. The people add so much to the experience on these trails. I met Nimble Will, Tommy Gibson. He looks just like Willie Nelson, and he can sing too. Deb Clough, and now Coach. What a treat this is. We're also blessed to meet Nathan and Kim, who own the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. This place is a wonderful hostel. Nathan and Kim are available to shuttle hikers, and they operate a great store with lots of Pinhoti memorabilia. Anyone interested in the Pinhoti Trail should check this place out. We have been on the Pinhoti now for about 3 days, and right now we're sitting here in the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. Nathan and Kim own this place. It is amazing. It's a great place.
Amen.
It's a good place. So, and then when I was back at the Flagg Mountain with Nimblewood and sitting there talking with him, then some folks came in. I started listening to their stories. I was amazed. And then on the trail today, our paths crossed again, and I'm here with Coach. And I just wanted to talk with him and have him talk with you because he's got amazing things. And
don't put any pressure on me.
That's what we were talking earlier, how that we share experiences and find all of these common threads back through our lives, sort of like both of us being from North Alabama.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Small world.
And you know one of Rick's wives' relatives.
My first junior high football team I coached, in the 70s.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So now you're on this journey, but this isn't the first time you've been on this journey. What other hiking experiences have you done?
Well, I was in public school teaching for 28 years. And most every day was fun. I had 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And I got retired, and I had coached track and cross country, among other things, and kind of got into running with the teams. And so I had a little bit of a distance running in my bones, but most of my guys were getting all kinds of things wrong with their legs and hips and stuff running on the pavement. And so ultimately I quit running on the road and started walking. A friend of mine took me on a couple of trips up to the Smokies on a 3 or 4 night 20 or 30 mile circle. And so I'm sitting around a year or 2 after I retired and deciding, reading obituaries, half the people in there younger than me dying off. So I decided that if I was ever going to get a big adventure, I better try something. And so taking the backpacking experience I had around the Smokies there, I went to hike 200 to 300 miles, 4 to 6 weeks. And I figured that'd be a good, big experience and good. And but I made one critical thing that shaped things on the trail, and that was I bought a Martin backpacker guitar and took 4 harmonicas. And the first thing I did around Springer Mountain was run into this girl that sang like Carole King, and we just got the magical musical mystery tour because we was lost too much of the time on the AT. You're not supposed to get lost on the AT. And that led me to meeting a couple of other people that led me to doing the through hike of the Pacific Crest Trail in '09 and the Continental Divide Trail in 2010.
So you've done the big three.
So I survived those with a lot of help from my friends, and it was the Pacific Crest Trail was south to north the whole time. We did a flip-flop on the Continental Divide Trail, and AT was straight up, north to, or south to north the whole time.
Well, it's very few people who have through hiked any of those. And so you can imagine just how small a number of people who have through hiked all of them. They're called the Triple Crowners, and it's really inspiring. And that's what I love about these stories, is that it inspires others that they can get out and do something. They might be able to do a through hike, but they can do something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the opportunities, like just especially here in Alabama, which is not necessarily across the country known as the hiking state. We got just some fantastic trails, and the Pinhoti that we're on right now is among them. And it's anything you're doing on the AT or whatever, we got some of that flavor right here, and it's 400 altogether with the Benton MacKaye. That's 410 miles, is it?
Something like that.
You can turn this thing into a lot more joyous than just the 2200. Why stop there,
Yep.
That's something I discovered that back, I think the first time on the Pinhoti was after I'd done the CDT, and I run into this commotion about 30 miles up the trail and we're needing water, and we go down talking to them, and they're at the on the Pinhoti 100 endurance run. They have that every year. 100-mile run, bam. And I thought, in Alabama you got that going on? I said, how many they got, like 30 people? Said, no, we got 300 and something.
What's the rest of the trip here for you?
Well, the plan here, I just turned 70. My other three, the big three hikes were at age 56, 57, or 56, 58, and 59. And so I was going to wait and be maybe like Nimblewheel.
Yes.
And to 80, this before I ever heard of this guy at all. But I said I'm going to hike the AT again when I'm 80. I decided I might better move it up 10 years if I have physically a better chance. And so my plan A is to hopefully get up around Hot Springs in North Carolina. That would mean I'm on about a 600 to 700 mile run here, and that would include the 410 of the Pinhoti and Benton MacKaye, or MacKaye, however you say it. And so after checking up on my property and seeing my grandkids play a couple of ball games, maybe in a 10-day or 2-week period, I'll skip to Harper's Ferry.
Okay. And
go northbound, hopefully all the way to Maine. That way I'll finish the New Hampshire, the Whites, and Maine, and the warmer. And so I get through with Katahdin and go back to Harper's Ferry and go southbound to hook up at Hot Springs. Now that's plan A, and we'll see how that goes, what the body has to say about it, and the mind. I'm optimistic. I'm realistic, especially after that howling storm we had Sunday night. I started 2 days late than what I said I'm going on the first, and we had tornadoes, and the temperature had been 75, for most of a week. And we landed at the CCC cabins, which you have got to see. You got to be there. If you're going to do this trail, don't miss the cabins at Flagg Mountain. Come on.
Yeah.
There's made during the Depression era time by the Conservation Civilian Corps, and some tremendous work.
And these were kids. These were 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Yeah. Yeah,
making
and
these things.
people that fed their families that way, sending the money back.
Amazing.
So anyway, there's history, and it's just a really cool thing.
How are you going to have any kind of following as far as?
I'm actually going to reach out to you since we're going to be around each other for a couple of days and try to look into getting something figured to come up with something that I hadn't done, in any of the other things.
Because, I mean, it's good. For me, I've got so many disabled vet friends that they can't get out. They're just physically, they can't. So they sort of live vicariously through my videos. And there will be people that want to follow you and watch and see how you're going. And it's encouraging for you as well. When we get out there, some of these days they just stink.
I tell you that, if you're wondering what the Appalachian Trail will be like, come and do the 23 miles to the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, and you'll know
it's just
what a good dose of it's going to be like.
Little
Not everything, but it's, great people, and that's what you can look out for. That tremendous people that you discover through the hiking world and community. And I've been volunteering with the Forest Service through a nonprofit called Wild Alabama. These are people that train us to work in, do clear trails, maintenance.
Oh, really?
We have a wilderness ranger program, volunteer wilderness ranger program. And so we got people working through Wild Alabama in Cheehaw Wilderness now, as well as the Bankhead Wilderness that are out clearing trail and doing good. These it's at the moment a bunch of wonderful women that are just heroes in my world, out doing great work to make the forest a place for old and young alike, as the parts that you can do. And that's the key thing, is like, don't think you got to hike 100 miles to enjoy the wilderness. Like, just get to it, get taken care of, and allowed to, do what it's been trying to do forever.
Yeah. Those trail maintainers are they're sort of this unheard, unseen hero of the trail. I mean, love them. Without them, none of us could be out here enjoying it.
How well the trail was marked today and all that kind of thing. I was just like saying, way to go, guys.
Yeah. All the turns.
Because even in the blowdowns and stuff, which there's been tornadoes through here, you can see them.
Yep.
Like they're behind us right now, at least those are.
But
a ton of work. And so, get out there and volunteer, and you'll meet incredible people, I promise you.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you, Coach, for.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Lucky me running into you guys. Y'all know where you're going.
Well, we know where we want to go. I'm not sure we are going to find it there, though.
I promise you, all the hikers I've been around, especially on the CDT White 50, tell you, Coach ain't too great on navigation. I'm in entertainment.
Well, it's really an honor to be able to meet with you. I've enjoyed it. So.
I've been in your waters, been knocking at your door. I know one thing.
It's been a marvelous day. Tomorrow we plan to make it to Rebecca Mountain. It'll be a 15.5 mile hike, and I am excited. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path. God bless you all.